the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up on the news at noon, a missing 3-year-old girl found, what police are saying today. And later, put on pause why Metro's board is asking for a 1-year delay when it comes to free rides.
Well, happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. The sun is out and it is shining across the DMV. But what can we expect heading into the weekend? We'll have those details for you guys coming up.
Thank you, Brittany. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Developing now, a missing Stafford County girl has been found. 3-year-old Manwar Hadi went missing yesterday in the area of Bunker Lane and Bird's Nest Way. That's in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Now, she was found a few hours later, was taken to the hospital. There's no word on her condition at this time. Well, Montgomery County police are looking for a man connected to an armed robbery and kidnapping. Police say that the victim was exiting the I-270 ramp when a silver Mitsubishi blocked it. The suspect in that vehicle flagged the victim over. The suspect approached the victim, demanded money, and entered the victim's vehicle with a handgun. The victim was then forced to drive to a bank, and they were followed by the suspect's silver Mitsubishi, driven by a second suspect. Now, one suspect, we're told, had a tattoo on their hands and the neck and wore a suit. The other wore a blue and white striped shirt. A reward of up to $10,000 is being offered for information leading to an arrest. In D.C. today, 13 people were rescued from an overnight apartment fire, and officials say that it happened on the 5200 block of D Street in Southeast. One firefighter was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A total of 12 people have been displaced. There's still no word on the cause of the fire. Well, take a look at this video from firefighters in Virginia. Thick smoke rising from a boat at the Mount Vernon Yacht Club. Officials say that this happened last night after a maintenance accident near the dock. Authorities tell us that 3 people had minor injuries. We were told that D.C. firefighters were called in to help Fairfax firefighters contain a fuel leak. And police are working to answer questions surrounding a deadly crash that happened yesterday on Connecticut Avenue Northwest. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is at the street where it happened and as police try to figure out exactly how the woman died.
Officials say none of the injuries of the people involved was related to this crash. One woman died, 2 injured, and were taken to the hospital. And one witness telling DC News Now that they believe the driver of the car passed out before that crash happened. This was that chaotic scene. This crash happened in front of the Cleveland Park Library. An ANC commissioner said he saw the white Mazda going north on Connecticut Avenue when it crossed the line at low speed and crashed into another car that was parked on the other side of the street. Officials say a woman died on the scene. EMS took 2 people with critical life-threatening conditions to the hospital. Secret Service was first on the scene and began CPR. The chaos was concerning for those who work around here and saw some of it unfold.
We are nervous too. We are scared. What's happening, you know? And then we have one customer get in and they said, be careful.
This woman telling DC News Now it was such a large police presence, it was scary. About 25 personnel were on the scene. That's according to officials. Because one advisory neighborhood commissioner tells DC News Now that he believes the crash may have possibly had something to do with an overdose, our newsroom reached out to police to ask if they'll be investigating this case as one dealing with an overdose. Police say that call would have to come from the chief medical examiner's office. We're on Connecticut Avenue Northwest. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
Thanks to Tosin, and we're learning at this hour from the Office of the Medical Examiner about what could have led to the crash. And officials say that the crash is, quote, it appears to be related to when we asked what caused it by a potential overdose may have played a part. Well, happening tomorrow, a free chance to get a glimpse into the culture of over 60 countries in the world, and you can do it without leaving D.C. It's called the Around the World Embassy Tour. About 63 embassies will showcase their culture and history of their countries and people. 10 embassies participating for the very first time. The tour has been going on since 2008, and it's the one day of the year the embassies open their doors fully to the public. Those who take the tour will get to see the historic buildings, food, and performing arts from the people of the country.
It really provides a worldview in our backyard of everyone in the communities who we thrive with. So I think that, again, it enables people to understand what makes DC unique. Where else are you going to find access to over 60 countries where you get to actually speak with them about who they are?
I may have to check that out. Around the World Embassy Tour is part of a month-long celebration in the international community called Passport DC. Tomorrow's event is free, but some embassies might want to see a government-issued ID. Taking a live look outside at Hagerstown, a mix of sun and some clouds, but overall it seems like a nice Friday. Let's go to weather forecaster Brittany Ward with the latest check on the forecast. And Brittany, how are things looking out there as the weekend begins?
Yeah, you know, Mark, we just had a live look at the White House, and it's very nice out there. We're seeing that mixture of sun and clouds, but mostly going to be seeing sun as we head into your Cinco de Mayo. And then heading into the weekend, it's looking pretty nice. That sunshine will be sticking around across the DMV, and we're talking about warmer temperatures. So take a look right now at satellite and radar showing you earlier this morning we had some clear skies. Now we're starting to see a few lingering clouds work their way into our area. Temperature-wise, we are fairly warm out there. Check this out, 66 currently in DC, 63 as you head over there to Frederick, 60s though in Hagerstown. Then we're talking about the upper 50s as you head further off to Martinsburg, West Virginia. Overall temperatures will be on the warmer side as we head through the day today, and those winds are fairly calm out there, seeing them gusts upwards of about 7 to 9 miles per hour. Still shifting out of the northwest, but overall it will be a very nice day for you guys to get outside and possibly enjoy some Cinco de Mayo activities. So planning your lunch at this hour. You saw that those temperatures were in the 60s. By 1 o'clock, 65 is expected to be the outside temperature across the nation's capital. That mixture of sun and clouds, that will be the trend. And then we start to see a few more clouds begin to funnel in as we head into the second half of your afternoon. But temperatures still on the warmer side, upper 60s by 2, and even heading into that 3 o'clock hour. And overall highs today will be in the upper 60s. 69 is expected to be the high here in DC. Then we head into your Saturday and Sunday, holding on to that warmer trend. We're holding on to the 70s both days, mixture of sun and clouds as we head into your Saturday and even Sunday, but we could see a stray shower make its way across the DMV. So definitely keep it here, Mark. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. And developing now, free Metro bus rides in the district could be on the chopping block, at least for now. That's after the WMATA board asked council to delay the program for a year. DC News Now's Mario Carbone was on K Street downtown at the heart of this whole debacle.
For months now, DC Council has made a big promise: fare-free Metro buses.
Let's spread the love and make Metro buses free.
It's a measure riders like Sharday Copeland support.
Inflation, prices have skyrocketed up, so for people to have other options would help people to be able to get into the city more accessibly.
But now the project is in jeopardy, at least temporarily. In a letter to the mayor and council, WMATA board chair Paul Smedberg asked leaders to delay the project 1 year. Writing, the WMATA board does not believe now is the right time to engage in discussions with the district about a zero-fare program. He cites a looming fiscal cliff in 2025, the need to include Maryland and Virginia in fare discussions, and the city's own decision to scrap the K Street Transit project, which would create protected bus lanes on K in order to fund fare-free buses.
It's an investment in better service.
Councilmember Charles Allen, who is behind the fare-free Metro proposal, says he's frustrated. Writing in a statement, a one-year delay isn't the end of the world, but I do hold some skepticism about Maryland and Virginia's genuine interest in fare-free buses.
It's a good thing to me.
Still, some Metro bus riders, like Thomas Banks, hopes the delay is permanent. He fears free buses will mean more crime on Metro.
Because a lot of criminals get on the train and the bus that interfering with the working people every day.
Reporting for
Washington Nationals outfielder Alex Call with the walk-off home run to give the Nats the 4-3 win yesterday over the Chicago Cubs. The Nats record improves to 13-18 on the season after winning 3 in a row. Call says that the moment is a dream come true.
I dreamed my whole life hitting a walk-off home run in the big leagues. It was a great game by our team, but man, this is just amazing way to cap it off. I mean, speechless. Praise God.
Well, the Nationals hit the field again tonight in Arizona when they take on the Diamondbacks. That game starts at 9:40. DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and our team had a chance to sit down with Maryland Senator Ben Cardin just after he announced his decision to retire. Cardin is reflecting on his time not only as a senator, but really his 58 years of public service. He says that there are some standout moments in his career, such as his fight for kids across the country to have access to health care. Senator says that he believes it's time for him to take a back seat in politics.
It'd be 2 years of running for re-election, then a 6-year term. And I have to realize my age and the opportunities. I'm doing this when I can make the decision on my own. I think it's the right decision for me, and I think it's the right decision for the people of Maryland.
Yeah, Senator Cardin says that he's not surprised by how quickly people are expressing interest in his seat. Cardin did not endorse a specific candidate, but he did mention what he believes his replacement should be able to do.
Team Maryland's been strong because we work together. We work together among our 10 representatives, but we also work to get things done for Maryland by collaboration and partnerships. I hope that the person who replaces me in the Senate will share that tradition.
And the senator will not be leaving politics entirely. He says that he's already working on getting things done behind the scenes. Well, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released their jobs report for April earlier today. This comes as the Federal Reserve raised interest rates again. According to the report, employers added 253,000 jobs last month despite high inflation and a banking crisis. This comes as the Labor Department announced unemployment dropped to 3.4%. That marks a 54-year low. Oh, this month's growth is considerably weaker compared to the number of jobs added in February and March. Well, we're stretching your dollar this afternoon. News that Virginia Dominion Energy customers could be saving money pretty soon. The company is looking to slash monthly bills by $7 to $14. It's part of a newly passed Virginia law that changes how state regulators set and oversee Dominion's rates. The law should also make it easier to navigate your bill.
You know, when you look at the top of your bill and things that are itemized, you're going to see less items on there. It's going to be simpler and more easy to understand, hopefully.
Well, Dominion submitted a proposal to the State Corporation Commission. The lower rates could take effect as early as July if approved.